Hi students, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss about the 7th chapter in your textbook, that is the skeletal system and the nervous system. Now, what does a system means? We all know that all the organs in our human body combine together to perform a particular function, and these organs which combine together work together to carry out a certain task are known as the system. Now, in this chapter, let us first begin with what is the skeletal system. The diagram shown on displayed on the screen is the diagram of the skeletal system. The skeletal system means the system made up of bones. All the bones on the human body collectively form a framework, which means a network like structure, and are called a skeletal. In total, in humans, there are total 206 bones. A human body consists of 206 bones. Now, on the basis of where the bones are present in the body, they are given different names. Like the group of bones present in the head region of our body is known as the skull. The group of bones present in this portion of the body are known as the ribs. Similar way, the skeleton is divided into different parts, and in this chapter we are going to study about each such part. Now, for the first part, which is the skull. The skull means the group of bones present in the head portion of our human body. Now, the bones present in the head are known as the skull. In human skull, there are total 22 bones. There are 22 bones present in the skull of a human. The function of the skull is to protect the brain present in our body. The skull envelopes the brain, and it thus gives protection to the brain, which is a very important part of the human body. Now, all the bones present in the skull are fixed at a point. They cannot move except the bones present in the lower jaw. This is the lower jaw, and they are the bones which can move. They are the only bones present in the skull which can move. Now, have you ever wondered that why all the bones are present in the skull are fixed and why the bones present in the lower jaw are able to move? The answer is that we are able to eat, we are able to speak only when this part of the skull, that is the lower part of the skull, lower jaw of the skull is able to move. If we are able to move the lower jaw of the bone, then and only then we are able to speak or we are able to eat. Hence, it is necessary that the lower jaw of lower jaw of the skull should move, and hence it is the only bone of the skull which is able to move. Now, this is the lower jaw, and this is the upper jaw. As you can see that between the lower and upper jaw there are teeth. Thus, the teeth are present between the lower and upper jaw of the skull. Now, moving to the next part of the skeletal system, which is the rib cage. Now, this is the diagram shown on the screen is of the rib cage. The rib cage are made up of thin bones. As you can see, the bones are very thin and are arranged in a curved manner. These bones of the rib cage are called ribs. There are total 33 ribs. There are total 12 pairs of ribs present in a rib cage. Like this is the first pair, second pair, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11 and the 12th. Thus, there are total 12 pairs of ribs present in the rib cage. Now, have you ever wondered that why it is called the rib cage? Because as shown in the figure, you can see that this curved arrangement of the ribs give it a shape of a cage. Hence, it is called rib cage. It gives it an appearance of cage, and hence it is called the rib cage. Now, what is the function of the rib cage is that it gives the protection to the lungs and the heart. The lungs and the heart are protected within the rib cage. Now, as you can see from the figure that all the ribs are connected to the long bone called sternum in the front part, and on the back side the ribs are attached to the backbone of the human body. All the bones from the front are connected to the sternum except the last two pairs. The last two pairs, as you can see, are not connected to the sternum, and hence they are known as the floating ribs. Now moving to the next part of the skeletal system, which is the backbone or the vertebral column. The vertebral column is made up of many small bones. See, this is the vertebral column, and it is made up of 33 small bones which are known as vertebrae, and hence the backbone is also known as the vertebral column. What is the function of the backbone is that it gives protection to the spinal cord, which means the spinal cord is protected by the vertebral column, or you may call it a backbone. Now moving towards the next part of the skeletal system, which are the limbs. Now in a human body there are two pairs of limbs. These are the two upper limbs and these are the two lower limbs. The upper limbs, which means your hands, and the lower limb, which means your legs. The first limb, the upper limb, which you can see, is further divided into two parts. This is the upper arm, and from here this much part is known as the lower arm. Now as you can see, the upper arm is consisting of a single bone. The upper arm is made up of a single bone known as humerus, while the lower arm consists of two bones. There are two bones present in the lower arms. Now the lower arm is attached to a hand, and which has many small numerous bones. Now moving to the next part, which is the lower limb, or you may call it your leg. Now lower limb is also divided into two parts, the upper leg and the lower leg, and here also the upper leg consists of a single bone and the lower leg consists of two bones. The upper bone, which is the bone present in the upper leg, which is called the thigh bone or the femur, is the biggest bone present in the human body. Okay, so this part was the of your limbs. Now moving forward to the next topic, which is the girdle. There are two girdles present in our human body. First the shoulder girdle and second the hip girdle. The function of the girdle is to connect the different parts of the skeletal system. Like the shoulder girdle connects the limb, the upper limb, to the upper part of the body, and the hip girdle's function is to connect the lower limb to the lower part of the body. There are two bones present in the shoulder girdle. The first is the collarbone and second is the shoulder blade. Now we need to study the functions of the skeletal system. Till now we studied the parts of the skeletal system, what are the parts included in the skeletal system, and now we will study about the functions of the skeletal system. The first function of the skeletal system is that it gives our body a definite shape. The bones present in our body forms a framework, and because of this framework our human body has got a definite shape, and it also gives support to our body. The bones present in our body gives us a support to stand and to walk. If bones are not present in our body, the human body will not have any specific shape, or will not be able to do any or will not be able to stand erect or allowed to walk. Thus, if bones are not present in a human body, the human body will have jelly-like appearance, and as we all know that jelly has no definite shape and it also cannot stand erect. Thus, bones give a human body its shape and a support. The second function of the skeletal system is to protect the internal soft organs. As we saw earlier that the skull protects the brain, the rib cage protects heart and the lungs, and backbone protects the spinal cord. Thus, this is the second function of the skeletal system, to protect the internal soft organs. The third function of the skeletal system is to allow the movement of different body parts. We are able to stand, we are able to walk, we are able to hold things. All this is because of the skeletal system present in our body. Fourth and one of the most important function of the skeletal system is that some bones present in the skeletal system are hollow, which means there is a cavity present inside the bones, which means the bones are having space, they are vacant, and in that space there is a jelly like fluid present in it, which is called the bone marrow. And what this bone marrow does is that it produces the blood cells. The function of the bone marrow is to produce the blood cells. Thus we can say that the formation of blood in the human body is because of the skeletal system. So students, here was the first part of the skeletal system, and the rest of the topic we will study in the next part of the video. Thank you.